It effectively means that if you discount new customers, the business is growing on its own.
How is that possible in the Slack example?
In the Slack example, so let's say you two are Slack customers,
yep.
right? You have 5 people on Slack and you have 10, right? In the same month that you cancel, we're down 5, you add 7 more teammates.
Got it.
And we're charging per teammate here. So even though we've brought in no new customers, I'm still making more money. You know what I mean?
That's a magical business.
That's a magical business.
And it sort of goes back to that tenet of business that your best customer is your existing customer, and really providing more value to them and making sure that they're using the product is critical. So what are the ways to avoid this massive leaky bucket of churn? Is it engagement the key, or studying how people are using it, or not selling to the wrong customers? How do you avoid this massive churn problem that some people get themselves into?
So I think you have to kind of identify the root cause of churn. And sometimes it's just your product is lacking. Like, people sign up, they play around, and after 2 months it doesn't really stick in their company and they quit or whatever. That can be a problem. Engagement itself, so like Slack are really good at the very second you sign up, they're like, okay, add your team, do this, do that. And within seconds your whole company is chatting. So depending on how you measure churn, if you think of churn as a cancelled paying account, right, then it wouldn't necessarily be onboarding because they did sign up and start paying you or whatever. But if somebody who was paying you money stopped using your product, you have to understand the cause there. And sometimes you can fix it in product. Sometimes it's like, I quit because you don't integrate with Salesforce. I love everything else you do, but you don't integrate with Salesforce. And you're like, all right, guess what? You should go and build that, right? So that's kind of a relative no-brainer, as long as you can sort of see that that's a recurring theme in your churn. It could be you're selling to the wrong segment. You're too expensive. And you're like, all right, well then you're attracting the wrong customers. You need to move up market. You need to change your marketing. Other stuff is like your actual, to get to net negative if you want, it's really about pricing. You need to think about, to tell you another funny example of Intercom. You asked me earlier, what would I do differently? Well, we launched and we were free for the first year. I actually don't regret that necessarily. The second year we were $50 flat fee no matter who you were. And that was maybe, I could argue why there was some reasons why that made sense, but we had IBM, Nike, and a company like anyone here all paying us $50. And that
doesn't make much sense.
That does not make much sense. But then what's double worse is is one of your companies, we're paying us $50, and you take off, you do a series A, B, and C, and you add 100 employees, you're getting so much more value out of Intercom, and we're still charging you $50. And that is when we don't have any chance of expansion revenue whatsoever. And if you look at Intercom, you won't see it actually because it was in the $0 to $1 million phase. But you'll see this kind of really boring linear growth followed by, you know what, let's charge people who are using us more. And that was the beginning of the uptick. So I think if you're fighting for net negative churn, it's really a thing about your pricing. But if your problem is more like the leaky bucket, it's just people are quitting after they sign up, it's almost certainly either you got the wrong customer or you got the wrong product. And you kind of need to understand that and aggressively go after that.
Let me take a moment to thank @Squarespace for, first of all, making amazing software. I was just working on one of the new projects I'm working on. You may have heard of, television show. And we had to make a website, and I just went on to Google Domains, and I was buying a domain over at Google Domains, and boom, you can just, when you're setting up your Gmail, fire up and launch Squarespace. I guess they're partners now. And I was able to fire up a gorgeous website in literally minutes, and it looked like we spent $25,000 making it. It looks professional, it's intuitive and easy to use, no coding is required, and they use state-of-the-art tech. It's super secure, it's super stable, and it's trusted by millions, some of the most respected brands in the world. We, in fact, use it for all of our events and conferences, and you can start your free trial today. No credit card is required. And you'll get a free domain name if you sign up for a year. I'm an idiot. I did it wrong. I signed up at the wrong domain place. I didn't know that I would get a free domain. I got to go back and do that next time. If you decide to sign up for Squarespace, if you do decide that you're going to sign up for Squarespace, which I'm sure you will, just use the promo code TWIST and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. It is an amazing, amazing product. It's super easy to use, and they keep adding features to it, which is one of the great things about the software as a service movement. They keep getting more people loyal to the product. They keep being able to hire more product managers, developers, and researchers to figure out what to make next. And boom, they make amazing product, and they keep the price the same. So things are getting better and better over there at Squarespace. I love the product. Go ahead and follow @Squarespace.